Welcome to the D-Minus Diaries, episode 14. This is part 2, For What It's Worth, AI, Debt, and Digital Dough, From Pennies to Plastic, by Jim Jones. We hope you enjoy this podcast while you drive, ride, roam, or drone. If you like what you hear, please like the heart button, subscribe, and share it with a friend. In part 1, we walked from a 15-cent donut to a tap-to-pay world and uncovered how inflation, housing, technology, taxes, and quiet policy shifts bent the economy in ways the charts barely show, but your wallet feels every single day. Now we step back inside Jim's donut shop to answer the harder question, why does your wallet still hurt? Then came AI. We are still in the infancy of it, but its fingerprints are already everywhere. Electronic price tags, websites scraping trends, algorithms watching demand, location, behavior, even personal data. Prices no longer feel fixed because they often are not. This is called dynamic pricing. It does not raise prices all at once. It squeezes wallets quietly, transaction by transaction. Your personal data is collected, packaged, and sold to advertisers and platforms willing to pay for access. Who wins? Big tech and the brands that buy access to you. The loser is you and your privacy. Welcome to surveillance pricing. Airlines and other companies now use systems that track how often you search, where you live, what device you use, and how you behave online. They are not looking for the cheapest fare for you. They are measuring your pain threshold and aiming for the highest price you will still accept. Car dealerships do the same thing. The moment you sit down, they pull your credit, scan your paperwork, and calculate how far they can push you on price, fees, and loan terms. That is targeted pricing, and the target is you. The same logic shows up in concert tickets, rideshare apps, and hotel rooms. Anywhere a company can quietly test what you are willing to pay. In the last episode, I introduced Jim, the owner of Jim's Donut Shop, to give you realistic examples of how the economy and our behaviors are changing. Jim opened his shop in the early 60s when a donut cost a simple 15 cents. Today, Jim is sitting in a sales meeting with a local app vendor who specializes in AI. Together, they agree to launch the Jim's Donuts app. When a customer downloads it, the app asks for access to location, microphone, and ads. Most people click accept without a second thought. The app learns that one customer drives by twice a week and passes the store several times on her way to work. It knows she drives a black SUV and prefers the drive-through. Using geofencing, when she comes within a mile of the shop, a coupon pops up. Free coffee with purchase of donuts. Jim knows she will come in for the coffee. He also knows that at least once a week she buys a dozen for the office. Who wins? Everyone, because everyone loves donuts, tips, tablets, and quiet fees. Restaurants followed suit in their own way. Checkout screens now suggest 20, 25, or 30% tips. The design nudges your finger toward the highest number. Declining feels awkward. Guilt replaces choice. You are not tipping a person anymore. You are negotiating with a screen that was designed by a corporate payroll department. At Jim's Donut Shop, the tip jar turned into a tablet. Corporate payroll rules now assume those tips are part of the pay package, which makes it easier to keep posted wages at the legal minimum while still telling workers they make good money with tips. On paper, everyone wins. In reality, it is one more way the customer funds the gap. Self-checkout became the norm. It slightly lowers retailer costs but does little for shelf prices. Once losses and competition are factored in, job shifted. Fewer entry-level cashier roles, more tech, supervision, and service positions, long-term pressure on wages in automatable jobs, subscription sprawl and convenience creep. Many of us cut the cable to escape high prices. It worked for a moment. Then streaming fractured entertainment into subscriptions. Today, a typical household that wants broadband, live TV with local channels, and a few on-demand services spends well over $200 a month to recreate what used to be free. Between TV apps and apps on our phones and computers, we have no idea how much is going out each month. Add auto-renew, and each month a company takes their cut for a game on your phone that you have not played in a year. COVID also introduced entirely new industries. DoorDash, Uber Eats, convenience became king. That $25 pizza easily turns into $75 after fees and tips. Food arrives cold, orders are wrong, but time is saved, and time now costs money. Debt, interest, and the negative penny. In math class, we used a number line to explain positive and negative numbers. Move right and you build wealth. Move left and you build debt. The problem is most of us do not notice when friction quietly nudges us left. Let us talk debt for a minute. In response to the post-COVID inflation surge, the Federal Reserve drove its key rate from near zero to a peak range of about 5.25 to 5.50%. During COVID, 30-year mortgage rates bottomed out around 2.65% in early 2021. By late 2023, they had spiked to nearly 7.8%, and even now they are still hovering a little above 6%. Many businesses run on borrowed money, and those higher rates eventually land in the customer's lap through higher prices. Credit cards are even worse. The average credit card APR is now over 23%, and many cards sit in the mid-20s. That is money leaking out of your wallet every month in interest alone. The government actually prefers inflation around 3% a year. It keeps money moving and makes the economy look healthy. But zero inflation would look like a stagnant economy, so a little inflation is baked into the plan. Let us say inflation was 3% last year. America once operated on the gold standard. A dollar was backed by gold reportedly stored at Fort Knox. That ended when the dollar became a promissory note backed by government trust. Checks followed, then cards. Now digital banking is required. Employers pay you electronically. Governments demanded to do day-to-day business. Cash became optional. Now this dollar is what some people call a fiat currency, or what I call a debt instrument. In truth, it is backed by nothing but the promise of the government. Benjamin Franklin said, "A penny saved is a penny earned." Jim says, "A penny is worth less than nothing." The U.S. Mint is winding down penny production because it costs more to produce them than they are worth. It cost about 3.7 cents to make 1 cent. If that were a third-grade math question, the answer would be simple. The penny is a negative penny. Merchants started rounding prices up or down to the nearest nickel. With one quiet reprint of a price tag, a lot of those prices rounded up. Who won? The U.S. Mint, the taxpayer, and the merchant, but not our wallet. Trained for friction. Here is the part no one likes to say out loud. During COVID, we were trained. Exact change disappeared. Contactless became normal and convenient. Cards, smartphones, and watches replaced bills and coins. We stopped thinking of money as something we could hold, which made it easier for extra costs to hide inside screens instead of price tags. The Mint reduced production. Banks closed branches. Costs were not saved, they were reallocated. Last year, Jim charged $2.32 for a plain donut. It was a good donut, not fancy, no sprinkles. Just honest fried dough and sugar. The kind of donut that did not need a backstory or a QR code. On January 1st, Jim had to update his menu. New pictures, new font, same donuts. He raised prices 3% for inflation because everything costs more now, even the things that did not change. Then the credit card companies started charging him a 4% transaction fee for cashless purchases, so Jim did what every small business has learned to do. He baked it into the price. Then there was the penny, or rather the lack of one. Since the Mint quit making them, Jim had to round everything up to the nearest nickel. After inflation, card fees, and rounding, that $2.32 donut became $2.50. Bob, Susie, and Larry's Donuts. Bob comes in every morning, same stool, same donut, same routine. Bob pays $2.50 plus 10% state and local tax for a total of $2.75. The cashier hands him the donut. Bob hands her $3. She gives him back a quarter. They both say thank you. Jim tells Bob, "I will see you tomorrow." Bob goes outside and sits with some old friends at the picnic table. Nobody is in a hurry, nobody is mad, nobody feels poor. That is Bob's economy. Susie comes in later. She looks at the plain donut, then looks at the chocolate donut. Last year, the chocolate donut was 55 cents more, priced at $2.87. After inflation, card fees, and rounding, the new chocolate donut costs $3.10. Susie uses her credit card. With 10% tax, her total is $3.41. Then the cashier turns the iPad around. It asks Susie for a tip. Not verbally, no eye contact. Just a glowing screen with big friendly buttons, 20%, 25%, and 30%. Susie does not want to feel cheap, so she taps 30%. Her donut is now $4.43. She does not notice. She is looking at her phone. The cashier says, "Thank you." Susie says, "Thank you." Everyone feels polite. Everyone feels fine. Susie does not pay her credit card off every month. Her card has a 21% APR. After 1 month, that donut costs her $4.51. Compared to Bob's $2.75, Susie paid about 64% more for the same morning sugar fix. Same shop, same fryer, same town. Larry does not come in at all. Larry lives 2 miles away. He does not feel like getting out. He opens a delivery app and orders a chocolate donut that Susie got. Same donut, same $3.41 base price with tax, then come the extras, a delivery fee, a service fee, a tip. None of them small, none of them optional. After fees and tip, Larry's checkout total is $8.93. Larry also does not pay his credit card off. After 1 month of interest, Larry's donut costs $9.09. Compared to Bob's $2.75, Larry paid more than 3 times as much for the same donut. It did not taste better. It did not arrive warmer. It just traveled farther through the economy. Susie is not dumb or irresponsible. She is busy and tired, and the system is designed to make the expensive choice feel like the normal one. Only Susie can retrain how she thinks about her money if she wants to change her financial situation. Bob's real price difference for a slightly smaller donut this year is not just inflation, it is his all-in cost. Once you bake in normal inflation, new card fees, and rounding to the nearest nickel, Bob's all-in cost for that same morning donut is about 18.5% higher than last year. It is fees hiding inside prices, tips baked into guilt, convenience sold as progress, and interest quietly running the clock after the sugar rush wears off. When the president says the economy is good, he is not wrong. But Bob, Susie, and Larry are not living in the same economy anymore. They are just eating the same donut. The limp we walk with the economy did not vanish, it evolved. And like most evolutions, it favored those already adapted. On paper, everything looks fine. In real life, it feels tighter because the rules changed mid-game. Jim's Donut Shop is still there on the corner. The coffee still smells the same, but by the time you pay for that donut with taxes, fees, interest, and tips, you are not buying breakfast anymore. You are funding the whole machine. The rules are written by those who understand leverage and scale. If you do not understand the rules, you will fund them. Behavior or economies. COVID kicked the economy in the shins, and we are still walking with that limp. Technology is the thief in the shadows, quietly helping big companies protect their profits at the cost of our financial security, our peace of mind, and our privacy. Trump appears to be trying to use tools like tariffs and interest rate pressure to set some of this by raising the cost of imports and pushing for lower borrowing costs at home, but no president and no policy can fix it alone. The real work will not just happen in Washington, it will happen at kitchen tables, in small shops like Jim's Donuts, and in the decisions we make at the register. For the average person, if you are feeling like you are losing the financial race, the government is not the place to turn. You must look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I get the plain donut or the chocolate? Do I pay cash or use my credit card? If I use my credit card, do I pay it off each month or pay interest on the donut? Debt can become a kind of white-collar slavery when interest eats tomorrow's paychecks before you earn them. If you want to take the American dream back, you have to get your nickels, learn how money really works, and learn to pay yourself first. As long as you are saving and earning more interest than you are paying, you may be able to turn your debt into wealth and enjoy some freedom. Debt is a daily reminder of your past. Savings is a window into your future. Depending on your situation, you may need to temporarily increase your income, overtime, a side gig, or even a second job to kill the debt faster. At times, I have done just that. It is funny, if you focus on killing your debt, you will cross the 0 point on the number scale and head to the positive numbers. The more you move to the right, the harder it is to get knocked back to the negative side of the scale. Who wins? You do. And that is the magic trick, if there is one. Because in the end, whether it is inflation, AI pricing, housing bubbles, or tax shifts, the economy does not care about hashtags. If you are not careful, the people you choose to put in high places may decide to tax more, regulate more, and redistribute more. And that money does not fall from the sky. It comes from someone's pocket. It may even be yours. It only responds to incentives, and incentives always collect. If you have ways to help people save money and win, share them. If this made sense to you, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Jim D-Minus Jones.